Welcome to Physics 3, Modern Physics. I'm your instructor, Dr. John Golben. If you've made it this far, you've already made it into the course overview and are looking at the very first orientation video for this course, so congratulations. You probably have checked out a few other things on the Start Here dashboard, namely my instructor introduction, the location of the syllabi, which we're going to be talking about the syllabus in a moment, and a few other things here, like the course objectives, which will be found in the syllabus itself, student and instructor expectations. My expectation for you is for you to conduct yourself at the highest level of integrity in this course. Communication policy, basically that is to treat others with the utmost respect in all your communication within this course. You may wish to check out the student resources, and if you are unfamiliar with Blackboard, please check out this Blackboard student orientation. But for our purposes, most of what you will be interested in are the syllabus, the course overview, and the content, because everything we have in this course is in the content. So you may possibly skip most of the items in this flowchart on this dashboard and just focus on these three things. Let's go back into the course overview for a moment. In here you have the orientation videos, of course, and you have my welcome page here. So we'll take a look at that. So it stresses that you should be watching these orientation videos. You may wish to look at these frequently asked questions, also found in this folder here. It addresses many of the basic questions that you might have going into a course like this, like, what book should I buy and how can I save a lot of money on the book? And if the videos aren't working for me, what should I do? So you might want to check out those questions, and definitely check out the technical setup folder in the content tab, because that tells you how to set up all the major items for this course. One of the items would be WebAssign, and we're only going to use WebAssign for the ebook, but if you wish to look at the ebook and use it on your electronic devices, then you want to learn how to get into WebAssign. The laboratories are unique. We're using PHET laboratories, and you need to be able to set up Java on your computer and maybe download the latest version of Adobe Flash Player. So you wish to look at the laboratory folder for that. There's also a sample laboratory for you to test out your system with. You have to do quizzes, so you may wish to look at the quizzes folder for that. And in fact, the sample quiz, the fun quiz, is in there. You can take that as many times as you wish, but you need to take it at least once this first week to establish your attendance in this course. So look at the quizzes subfolder in the technical setup for that. And the exams, how to go about taking the exams and what to prepare for those is in the exam folder. So that's a very important introduction to this course, is the technical setup folder of the content tab. Also, you may wish to look at the discussions tab often for current discussions within the course. And of course, the daily schedule. The daily schedule is your calendar for this course. It is set up like a 2-lecture-a-week course. You would have a lecture on Tuesday and a lecture on Thursday, and then you have a quiz on Sunday night. And the lectures you can look at anytime, actually, but the deadlines for the quizzes and the deadlines for the labs and the deadlines for the exams are set in stone. So you may work ahead on this schedule, but you may not work behind when it comes to those deadlines. So you wish to look at the daily schedule often to see when those deadlines are for the quizzes, labs, and exams. The content tab you'll be looking at often for the content of this course. So let's go back. Frequently asked questions is found here. And if we go back to the dashboard, of course, we're going to be looking at the content shortly, but for now, we wish to look at the general syllabus for this course. So I'm going to click in here and look at the course syllabus for this course. Welcome to Physics 218, Physics 3, Modern Physics, if you will. I'm your instructor, Dr. John Golben. I reside in the Math Science Administration building of the Decatur campus. If you go to the third floor of that building, go to the south end of the building, go in the Natural Sciences offices there. I am room 370C. You can contact me at my phone number, 306-2841, or my email address, john.golben@calhoun.edu. I would prefer that you contact me through the messages function of this Blackboard course so I can keep a record in the history of our conversation there. Best time to see me is in the afternoons. Just drop me a line and I'll drop you a line back to let you know for sure that I'm going to be in my office at that time. This is Physics 218, Physics 3, Modern Physics. The prerequisite is Physics 2 and Math 227. This course provides a calculus-based study in modern physics. Topics included are thermodynamics, optics, relativity, and quantum mechanics. Online lab is required. At the successful completion of this course, the student will be able to identify the basic principles and concepts of physics, apply physics concepts to the real world, apply techniques of problem solving, identify material to be used in future courses, and describe empiricism, the pursuit of knowledge through observation and experiment. Materials. Our book for this course is Physics for Scientists and Engineers, the 9th edition by Surway and Jewett. Our bookstores sell the WebAssign ebook bundle, which includes the loose leaf and online ebook versions of the book. We will not be using the WebAssign portion of this bundle. You could use it just for your own fun, but we are not going to be using that portion for any kind of grade. The bundle costs 1/3 as much as the hardcover, so it's a great deal. You got the ebook, and the binder portion of it has everything that the hardcover has. So this is a great deal. You can even save more money by buying a previous edition of the book because all of our problem sets are unique to the course and are not dependent upon the book. You may also wish to buy the binder at our bookstore for the Physics 218, which includes my lecture notes and the problem sets. But all that information is also downloadable directly from the Blackboard shell, so you can get it free from the shell. Sometimes it's just nice to have it all bound together and printed out for you, and it's a pretty good deal. All the lab and lab materials will be provided online. You may also at some time wish to check out the library link for Calhoun online and the student resources link online for Calhoun as well. Methods for this course, we will be using Tegrity and or YouTube videos. They are redundant videos over the pertinent subject matter of the course. Educreation and or YouTube video problem solving examples. All the problems in the problem sets are worked out on short videos that you can use to see how to solve the problems. The PHY simulations for laboratory exercises, you want to look at the technical setup to learn how to set up Java and the simulations for the labs. And other online resources for videos, notes, and problem solutions. The e-links are optional and may be enjoyable if you want to check that out. Technical skills. Please refer to the technical setup folder on the Start Here homepage for discussion of the minimum technical skills required for distance learning. Also in this folder will be detailed instructions of how to set up and use all of the software listed above. Grading. We'll have 3 exams, including the final, for 75% of your final grade. So each exam is 25% of your grade. No exams will be dropped because it's all over important subject matter. The weekly quizzes, there'll be 10 of those for 10% of your final grade, so each quiz is worth about 1% of your final grade. And we have the online laboratory, 6 labs, which consists 15% of your final grade, making that 2.5% per lab. My Grades in Blackboard will maintain a running percentage of these three components in the course grade, allowing the student to see a current accounting of his or her standing in the course. The grade scale is the weighted percentage of your exams, quizzes, and labs. 75% exams, 10% quizzes, and 15% labs are all weighted into this final percentage. The percentage scale is what you're used to. 90 to 100% is an A, 80 to 89% is a B, and so forth and so on. We have particular rubrics for the grading. The exams will be 100 points per exam with an optional extra credit problem for plus 5 points. The first page of the exam will be a matching page. There will be 10 columns of matches, 2 points per match for 20 points. The second page will be 2 multiple choice problems. They're word problems, straightforward, all or nothing, but the answers are there. Multiple choice problems for 20 points. And then there's the problem section, which will be 6 word problems, probably 2 easy problems, 2 medium problems, and 2 hard problems. 10 points each, partial credit given. Now, the partial credit on the word problems is awarded based on the accuracy of the formulas used, the completeness of your approach, and the types of errors in the mathematical calculations. In demonstrating all these aspects, students must show all of their work to garner maximum partial credit. Generally, 2 hours will be given for the completion of an exam at one of the testing centers or by a proctor at a remote site. Exams will be graded by the instructor within a week following the due date of the exam. For fairness, the graded exams will not be returned to the student. Students may revisit the instructor during office hours to see their graded exam, and/or the student may request a summary of how their exam was graded. For the quizzes are patterned closely after the essential 10 problems for the chapters assigned that week. Each quiz is 2 problems, 3 problems in the summer semester, with each problem worth 10 points. The quizzes are 25 minutes long, 40 minutes in the summer semester. Answers are given as multiple choice selections, and the possibilities include wrong answers, probably the most common type of wrong answer, so you want to be very careful with your solving of these quizzes. The quizzes are computer graded upon completion. The number of weekly quizzes is 12 during the spring and fall semester and 10 during the summer semester, with the overall weight of each quiz being about 1%. The quiz solution will be posted within 24 hours after the quiz due date. There are no makeup quizzes under any circumstances, although the lowest quiz score will be dropped at the end of the semester. The main purpose of the weekly quiz is to ensure that the student is keeping pace with the current material in the course. Labs. 6 labs will be assigned in the semester. The due dates shown on the daily schedule, so you want to refer to the daily schedule often. These labs will be graded on the completeness of the answers to the lab questions, completeness and accuracy of the data, the overall writing ability of the student, including grammar and spelling, adherence to the essential features of a lab report, especially the items that must be contained within the conclusion. A guide to these essential features is included within each lab's word template. Labs will be personally graded on a scale of 15 points by the instructor within a week following the due date. At that time, the lab score and the feedback will be provided to the student. Some labs will have opportunities for extra credit. Our topics in this course include heat, the laws of thermodynamics, heat engines, entropy, lenses and mirrors, diffraction and polarization, relativity, light and matter, and quantum mechanics. Policies. Students are referred to the college syllabus, also in the syllabi folder, for institutional policies regarding attendance, withdrawal, disability services, student code of conduct, academic integrity, and complaint procedures. Attendance in this distance education course will be recorded within the first week of the course by the student completing the Assessment Fun quiz found on the Start Here homepage in the Technical Setup folder under Quizzes. After the first week, the student's attendance record will be based on the student meeting course requirements, such as submitting assignments, completing labs, completing quizzes, or being involved in messages and discussions. These activities are monitored automatically. If a student does not meet attendance requirements as stated in the college syllabus, the student is encouraged to officially withdraw from the course. Late work. Each chapter is due to be completed by the deadline date outlined in the daily schedule. So you want to check that daily schedule often. It is your roadmap for the course. It helps link the assignments with the assessments. All work, lectures, labs, quizzes, and exams should be completed by the deadline dates, which is usually midnight on a Sunday. Quizzes. There are no makeup quizzes for the weekly quizzes. Since students are allowed to drop their lowest weekly quiz, there remains sufficient recourse for a student to rebound from an unexpected missed quiz. The overall value of each weekly quiz, which is generally about 1%, is also relatively small in the grand context of the course. Exams or labs. Students under extreme and tragic circumstances who have missed the deadline for an exam or lab should contact the instructor as soon as possible to outline a course of action for makeup. Communication. Our preferred communication in this physics course will be through the messages function within the course. When you log into the course, this tab will be near the top on the left-hand side. Files such as Adobe PDF or pictures JPG can be attached and sent using messages. For topics of general interest to the course, students are encouraged to communicate through the discussions function within the course. This way, all can benefit from the ensuing discussion. High discussion activity by the student will earn extra credit consideration. For all forms of communication within the course, the students are required to be respectful of others, especially with electronic communication, where students are devoid of visual aids and inflection in communication. It is essential to be mindful of the language that is used. Students should be aware of and be particularly sensitive to cultural differences. All written communication should use proper spelling and grammar. As mentioned above, this is part of the grading rubric for the laboratory and exam questions. The instructor can always be contacted via any email account to his Calhoun email address, john.golben@calhoun.edu. Although messages is much preferred. All assignment submissions should be to messages. Final exam to be complete by the closing time at one of the testing centers on, and check your daily schedule for this final exam date. Here's the daily schedule for this course. It says summer 2015, but you want to check out your daily schedule for one catered to your particular semester. What is key on this daily schedule is the due dates. It is set up in such a way as to have 3 lectures during the week, and you can actually watch those anytime you wish. I say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you can watch them anytime you wish. But there will be a quiz on that material due by midnight Sunday at the end of that week. And on particular weeks, there will also be labs due by midnight on Sunday as well. So you want to take note of your quiz and lab deadlines. Also take note of the exam deadlines. You wish to complete the exam deadlines, which are the blue on this daily schedule, at the testing centers before those the hours end on those days. You can take the exams early. They'll be available at the testing centers early. You can take them at any time prior to that due date, but you can't take the exams after that due date. So this is your roadmap for the course, and it's a suggested schedule as far as the lectures and material and the problem solving is concerned, but it is a definite roadmap for as far as the due dates for quizzes, labs, and exams are concerned. Also take note of when the final is due as well.